How you doing, YouTube? Matt NASA Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of Phantom Brew up in this piece in the form of their Do It for the Gram. Yeah. This is a sour IPA with blueberry, peach, and graham cracker coming in at 5.7%. Comes courtesy of my boy Steven. This is his boy's brewery, and we're going to dive in and see what's what. It's one of these kind of fruited, lactosey kind of berry sours. It actually even say lactose on here. I just assumed there was some in there. Sour IPA, blueberry, peach, and graham crackers. They don't actually say there's whatever in it. I've lost my goddamn paper towels. Where the hell did they go? No mystery beers to be had anywhere. Ooh, look at that little piece of paper towel. Use that. I'm joking. Anyway, but yeah, look at that. I mean, looks all the part of a new school kind of fruited sour. Label-wise, it's all right. It's their kind of logo-y guy doing a little selfie action. Is what it is. I'm not a big fan of their labels that way. But I mean, it looks all the part of like a fruited beer. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's a fruited sour. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it is a kind of, a fruited IPA. It just looks like there's berries in it. Strawberry quick head crumbling pretty decently on top of that rich kind of berry kind of vibe going on. Let's get notes. Very fruit forward. I actually don't get a huge kind of sour component on this. I get more of like a soft sour that you would associate with kind of a fruit. And that fruit really does come off very berry forward, kind of raspberry blueberry kind of combination. They talked about the blueberry and peach, and I can definitely see that. It comes off very vibrant fruity, more so that than beer itself. And I'm not getting much as far as graham cracker, but just soft maltiness to it, a little bit of kind of fruit-based kind of tartness, and then there's gobs and gobs of that blueberry kind of peachiness. Let's dive in. Cheers. I mean, that's definitely not a negative flavoring beverage. Really comes off strictly like fruit juice. You get a little bit of almost like a sweet maltiness, but I attribute that more to the graham cracker than in the actual beer. You get a nice big dollop of that combination of that peach and that blueberry. But the real thing here is that just the beer is kind of a secondary player. It's really heavily dosed with a lot of fruit to the point where I'm having a hard time kind of getting to the beer itself. Well, by no means a negative flavored beverage. It really does come off as more of like almost a mixed drink kind of vibe. You know, like a melted margarita kind of thing going on, to where it's just a little bit of kind of fruit with a little bit of kind of booze added to it kind of thing, with that blueberry and that peach kind of come together. So definitely not a negative beer or a negative beverage as far as flavor goes. It just kind of lacks a little bit of even like tartness from like a kettle sour kind of component, because you're talking about these kind of sour IPAs. Typically what they are is just like an IPA but kettle soured, and then you add this kind of fruit component, so you get this kind of big hop component, which I'm not really getting on here either. I didn't even speak to that. And you're getting this kind of tart acidity kind of thing that you get from a relatively higher ABV kind of kettle sour, because even though this is 5.7, once you put in all these kind of fruits and all these extra bits and pieces, it kind of drills the ABV down, and it ends up being kind of like a balance between the two, where you still get that beer and then you still get that fruit. This is almost like they brewed like a 4 to 5% beer, added so much kind of fruit to it that it kind of just drowned out and kind of muted out the beer completely, to where it's really not even detectable. So like I said, as far as negativity or off or something that I don't want to drink, that's not the case here. It's quite tasty, but it's just really not a beer. So you're going to kind of think about it in that way. And not only that, I'll go one step further. It's not really a sour IPA. If you give this to me and you're like, okay, this is a fruited sour or fruited Berliner Weiss, even then I'm like, okay, it's more fruit than Berliner, but it doesn't even get to the point where the hops really show for me. I don't believe they date their cans. I probably just got this about 2 weeks ago, so I don't think it has a ton of time on it. Even then, you would get some kind of pump of Ghosts of Hop Past, just not really getting that here. So yeah, not a bad beverage by any means, but definitely not like an IPA sour or otherwise. So let's talk about it. One of the better sour IPAs I've had as late. No, I mean it's a tasty beverage. Like I said, I don't want to knock the brewery on it, but at the same time, it just doesn't taste really like beer. More like a fruit juice mixer. Bag and availability. No idea, actually. I assume brewery only. Steven, let me know what's what and leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like fruit juice and beers and you're a little bit more into those kind of fruit juice smoothies than you are the actual beer portion of the show, you'll like this. So there you go. Reviewing the books. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it down there. If you want to talk about it, Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, hopefully, you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully, enjoying a little bit of Phantom right now. Hopefully, see you next time. Cheers.